Hello again, ladies in Evolve and Thrive. This is Fiona Robertson here, and I am a body renewer. Most women that I speak to say they know exactly what to do when they want to change their shape and change their size. They say, I'll eat less and I'll move more. But most of them have absolutely no idea how to stay to that and how to stick to that. And the biggest thing that they're influencing them are the things that I'm going to be talking about today. The 3 little known causes that has your body kind of storing and hoarding fat, and what we can do about it. So the first thing that I'm going to say to you today is 99% of what's going on in your body and the reasons why your body's storing and hoarding fat is stress. Now, you may already know that. You may already know that stress is like a major reason that has your body changing and doing all sorts of different things, and you just cannot control it. My story earlier on about making mayonnaise at the weekend was about just to show you how something as simple as your hormones can actually change what's going on the outside. So I'm here to talk to you about stress today. And stress can come from a number of different areas. It can come from your present, it can come from your past, and it can certainly come from worries about the future. And I'm going to be going into 3 different areas today. The first one being stress. Later on I'll be here again and I'll be talking about scarcity, our fear of lack, and what the body does with the fear of lack. And then later on again I'll be talking about, I call it stagnancy, and what we can do to actually help our body through those particular, those 3 elements, those little known elements that are having a huge influence and impact on our bodies. So firstly, yes, 99% of the women that I deal with and that I help and that I coach are in some form of stress. But we're trying to look at changing our body and changing our weight by reducing our food and doing more exercise. Now, for an awful lot of the women that I speak to, that's putting an awful lot more stress on the body. And so we're back in this kind of this hamster wheel of like, I'm dealing with stress. And really nobody's ever really taught them, one, how to relax and rest. And I talk a lot about the stress gauge that I use. So like your most stressful state that you've ever been in, and your most relaxed state that you've ever been in, and then find out where you are on that scale. And then you'll suddenly start to realize, okay, if this is my stress state and this is my relaxed state, where do I really want to be? Because what's happening is when your body is really stressed, and sometimes you don't even know how stressed you are, you think you're pretty relaxed because only you are in your body and only you can understand what that feels like. But because you're living with your level of stress every single day, you don't necessarily understand or have the consciousness of where that stress is on your gauge. So you're just living and doing what you always do. I was standing in a post office here in France. I was just there to deliver a letter. I'd kind of like screeched in, come to a stop. And I thought, oh, I know, I'll just check in with my stress level. So kind of went in, found myself, there I am. Oh my God, I'm a 9. Why on earth am I a 9 on my stress level? What's that going to be doing with my body, my hormones, the adrenaline that's going around my body, when I'm only posting a letter? You see, I had such a need to be vigilant. I had such a need to be constantly on guard. And that came from somewhere way back in my past. That wasn't necessarily what was going on for me right now. So you see, your body can be influenced by something that's been an event way back in the past. I help women that have been sexually abused, or they've had a turbulent childhood, or they've just got thoughts going on in their mind that are really having a huge influence on them physically. There's something that I often say There's nothing that is more responsive to your thoughts and your feelings than your body. Now, if you're feeling stressed an awful lot of the time, you can either know it, and you'll know it because you'll be feeling that in your center core, you'll be feeling that in your solar plexus, you'll be feeling that in your chest, and for a lot of women, they feel it in their throat. This is often when we can't really express ourselves very well. So just by doing this one technique, and I'm going to be going in more depth with this later on about this, how to get into this particular technique, this, wow, that is my level of 10, that is my level of 0, that's when I'm really, really relaxed. And then I teach you how to actually get into your body. I'm going to be doing a workshop on that, how to get into your body so you can actually tune in and tap in and know how you feel in every situation. We're sometimes influenced by the people around us. We're influenced by our family members, we're influenced by our children, we're influenced by the places we go. And because we're all pretty much empathic and we're all very, very sensitive, we don't realise what we're picking up. Even when you read a Facebook post, or when you walk into the post office, or sometimes you can be picking up something that's coming from somebody else, but it's not necessarily your stress. Stress can be something that's just naturally in your environment. But unless you know where that stress is coming from for you, how on earth can you deal with it? How on earth can you understand when you're being triggered? So first of all, it's very interesting to know when you're being triggered. So how does it feel in your body? If I'm stressed, my whole body contracts. I hold my breath a little bit. I breathe very shallow. And I feel really quite constricted from the chest and the solar plexus into my belly. I know for a fact that when I find myself overeating, or when I find myself doing, running into the kitchen and wanting time to think, it's usually because I've been stressed out at a certain point. It's usually because something's about to happen, or something just did happen. And instead of going and grounding myself or being in plants and nature, sometimes kitchen and going into the kitchen and dealing with food is the most grounding thing that some of us can actually do. And eating is a very grounding experience. So there are definitely different things that are going on to do with the body. And so you can be influenced by stress from the past, your present, your future, the relationships that you're in. You can be being influenced by somebody else. You can be influenced because you aren't dealing with the stress that's going on. So you're not grounding yourself, you're not preparing yourself, you're not feeling really strong and very in your own energy before you go and do something. You're not setting up your day. It's not your fault. We've never ever been taught how to deal with stress. We've never been taught how to set boundaries, for goodness sake. So when we are in an environment or in an office or in a meeting or with a family member who is stressing us out, and often there's a contract with that family member that, or even a partner and those kind of things, relationships, there's a contract even before we come down to earth that this is what they're going to do. My mother is an extremely strong character, and she has been a bit of a bully, and I then went on to sort of have partners who were a bit of a bully. But it wasn't until kind of like in my late 40s or something like that that I understood what was going on for me physically. Hello, Brenda. Thank you for tuning in. It wasn't until I was in my 40s that I realised, oh my God, they are having such an influence on me physically, the way I think about them, the way I feel about them. They're causing my body an awful lot of stress. So some of the things that can influence you can just be creating a vicious cycle. And until you actually understand what those things are, until you actually know what's going on, you don't know how to release them. I teach ladies all the time what's triggering you, who's triggering you, and how to release that. But the very first thing I always teach all of my clients is know when you're stressed, how stressed you are. I don't know whether you know this or not, but when you are under stress, under pressure, you are using your reptile brain. So you've basically gone into fight and flight mode. And what's happening is it's going, oh my God, this is an emergency, this is an emergency. How often do you think you're in an emergency situation during the day, like me when I walked into the post office to post a letter, but I was so vigilant about what was going on, my body was in an emergency state. When your body's in that emergency state, you're in the fight and flight mode, adrenaline's rushing around your body, hormones are rushing around your body to kind of say, right, okay, bring all the power to the extremities. The liver sort of releases an awful lot of glucose and things like that from it. And it's powering you up with sugar, and it's ready to go, it's ready to run, it's ready to fight. And then when that situation passes, and for some of us it doesn't through a whole day, imagine you've got deadlines at work, you're in bad company at work, you've got some confrontation going on, you can be in that stress mode all day long. Your body has to do something with all the adrenaline and all the hormones that go around the body, because they've now become quite poisonous for you. And the only thing she can do, if you don't use up all that energy, is she stores it for you. Now, she stores it for you to protect you in your fat cells. And she creates more fat cells if you keep on being stressed. And she also kind of fills up those fat cells, and she protects you. Now, cortisol is very, very, very well known for being one of the main producers for belly fat. And it's a process, it's a practice to bring yourself down into your relaxed state. And if you don't know how to relax, join me and I'll show you how you can actually get into your body, find your own home frequency, and find out how you can relax in an instant any situation that you're in. So even before you go and do a talk or something like that, it's like, where am I in all of this? Okay, bring yourself down, understand where you are, understand where the stress is coming from. Okay, so I don't need to deal with any of this stress at all. It's actually not mine, it's his. I certainly had that in previous years with an ex-partner of mine. Very powerful. Again, I seem to be attracted to these very powerful but bully kind of people. And I was like, oh my God, I'm eating so much. Oh my God, my body's craving food. I need to ground myself. My body's craving food. And when I got into, I thought, right, okay, fine, stop eating, relax. Where is this energy coming from? This is what I feel like. Where is this energy coming from? Oh my God, it's his energy. He had this kind of chaotic energy and powerful voice and very loud speaking and very determined. And when he spoke, everybody listened. I was like, okay, so that's what I'm picking up. It's got nothing to do with me at all. It's not coming from me, the stress. It's his stress. It's his stress that he wants to be listened to, and he wants to bully everybody into listening to him or doing exactly what he wants when he wants. Great, I can let that go. I gave myself 5 minutes. I didn't need to eat anymore because it wasn't something that belonged to me. The stress that runs around your body, the thoughts and the feelings that you have are having an impact on the body. They're influencing you. And she's protecting you. She's protecting you everywhere. It's not necessary. It's not your fault. It's not necessary. It's just a question of being able to turn that around 180 degrees to say, to here and no further. I'm going to start taking care of my own energy. I'm going to start taking care of my own relationships. I'm going to start taking care of myself the way that a best friend would take care of me. Relax into it. Find your safest place, even if it's a fictional place, and really get more and more relaxed and find out how you can do that. I hope that what I'm telling you here is of use to you and is of help to you because it's my aim. It's my aim to get women into a place where they just feel, one, to begin with, so relaxed, so easy in themselves, so powerful in themselves, so they can understand what's going on in their body. They can feel safe to be who they are, wherever they are, and then they can move on to just having this, I love the name of the group here, Evolve and Thrive, so that they can evolve and thrive and they can just have this enormous orgasmic energy that they're enjoying and having pleasure with everything, including any kind of food that they want. and it's not influencing their body. There's a massive amount of stuff that you can do. I really hope this has been useful for you. Do yourself a favour. I'm going to put the link in here as well. I do have two freebies. Well, one freebie particular, which is like the 3 reasons why French women don't lose weight, and it explains about what I'm going to be talking about today. And secondly, do yourself a favour and come on and join me with Peace with Food, because it's five weeks. I teach you and I bring you down with these videos to bring you down into your safe place, your secure place, so that you know your stress level wherever you are. Even if you're in a simple French post office, you don't have to be vigilant all the time. But we're vigilant because of past relationships, past breakups, past hurts, the relationships in our work, the deadlines that we have to have. We're vigilant about, oh my God, what's coming next? What's coming next? What's coming next? Do yourself a favour and just relax a bit. Understand how that feels in your body, and let yourself protect yourself so that your body doesn't have to protect you with layers and layers and layers of the fact that she's been layering on you for protection. All right, I'm going to be back here again, UK time. I'm going to be back here at 1 o'clock for me. So I'll speak to you all later, ladies, and I'm hoping that the next one will give you as much information that I've given you, a little bit of a tidbit about how stress influences your body. I'll speak to you all later. Bye-bye.